There's something strange about the internet after midnight. Millions of people sitting in dark rooms, typing out memories they've never told anyone before. Stories they can't explain, moments that still don't make sense. Over the years, one corner of the internet has become kind of a modern campfire, a place where strangers gather and share the weirdest, most unsettling things that have ever happened to them. Not urban legends, not ghost stories someone heard from a friend of a friend, but encounters told by the people who experienced them. Tonight's episode comes from that digital campfire. 5 stories posted online by ordinary people who insist they are telling the truth. Stories about voices that shouldn't exist. Reflections that move when they shouldn't. Lights in the night that seem almost alive. And moments when something unseen may have been standing much closer than anyone realized. Maybe there's a logical explanation for all of these. A trick of the mind, a coincidence, a misunderstanding in the dark. Or maybe sometimes people really do brush up against something that was never meant to be seen. So settle in, hot mates, turn the lights down low, and maybe keep the hallway light on tonight. Because these stories don't come from old folklore. Because these stories come from somewhere. They come from real people who logged onto the internet and decided to tell the world what really happened to them. Hey y'all, this is Hot Mates, and that's my husband Jeffrey.
And this is my wife Mallory.
I always wonder if we should change our intro to that's my boo to go on the ghost thing.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll play around.
Let
us know if you like that intro a little bit better.
Yeah.
That's my boo Jeffrey, that's my boo Mallory.
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll see. We're just kind of playing around. So, I guess life update real fast. My grandmother is in hospice. This is the last living grandmother I have. So, just a wee bit emotional about that,
Yeah.
And being in hospice, hospice is end of life. It's not really there to it's just to help you pass, and make it as comfortable and easy as you can. And people can live a really long time in hospice. And then 2, I didn't realize this because when my papa was in hospice, he went a little bit faster. Not within a couple of days, but I think it was within a week or 2.
Yeah.
If I can remember, it was forever ago. But whenever he was in hospice, I learned a lot about being near death on that verge.
Yeah.
And what's comforting is that when you're dying, the last thing that goes is hearing. So you can your loved ones will hear you.
Yeah.
So that brings me a lot of peace, know. And when my papa passed, I don't know if I've actually told the story on here about his passing.
I don't know if you have.
I don't know if I have either. And if I have, just skip forward. But he has the coolest, spookiest little way of going. So when he was passing away, and before he was passing away, let me just tell you, my whole family, especially my mom's side, we always feel we're more connected to the woo-woo, the,
Yeah.
My
spiritual
mom,
stuff.
Yeah, the spiritual stuff. So my mom always told me that her mom was a psychic. She just knew stuff before knew it. It wasn't just the mom, because moms are almost psychic of knowing things.
Yeah.
But this was on another level. It's one time a mom got hurt and my grandmother came outside and started walking down the road and and met my mom and she just was I knew you were hurt. I knew you were in trouble. Just something about it. So my papa, that was his wife. And so when my papa passed, his favorite song was Nearer to My God Thee. That's the song that's playing when the Titanic is going down in the movies.
Yes.
They don't know actually if that song was even playing or that band was even playing. But on the Titanic movie, that's where it was. And so when he was passing away, he was in a nursing home. And, me and my sisters were right outside the door. And my mom and her brother and their spouses were in the room with him. And when he passed, the hospice nurse came out and let me and my sisters know that he just passed. And, we cried. It hit us, And as we're crying, I looked to my sisters and I'm like, shut up, shut the fuck up, shut up. And they're like, wait, what? As they're wiping their tears away. And because who gets told to shut the fuck up when they're crying, after someone just passed away.
Yeah, I was about to say, especially when a loved one just passed.
Yeah. So they were very off-put, what are you saying? And I was like, listen, every room in that hall was playing the Titanic movie. I guess it was on the TV at that time. But with old folks, you know, they can't hear well, right?
Yeah. So that shit was cranked.
Cranked. It was so loud. And it was the fucking Titanic scene where it's going down.
Right before it breaks?
Right before it breaks. Right when they're singing the song. Like when it's all, the chaos is happening, I guess, you know? So right when all that's about to start popping off, it starts playing Near to My God Thee.
That's insane.
And we were all like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, you know? Then, even crazier, whenever my mom waited to like the very last moment where they were going to pick him up, you know? So everyone had left, but my mom was like, I'm staying. I'm making sure my dad's being taken care of still, even in the afterlife, you know? So my mom waits, and I guess there was another pickup order before. You get the order part, right?
Yeah.
There was another body. So there was another body in the back. And, you know, my mom sees them open it up and put him in there. She sees this other body bag and kind of was like, oh, you had another pickup. And they were like, we had another pickup. And the body bag was larger.
Yeah.
My papa loved big old women. I mean, you have no idea. Like, he loved, like, 500 pounds plus. Like, he loved big women, you know?
Yeah.
Like, my grandma was a big woman. It's just so funny that, like, in the afterlife, he had what he wanted, but he loved bigger women. You know, that was the saying. So it was kind of funny, like, oh, Papa got him a little something in the afterlife, you know? So maybe that brings peace to some people. I know for me, you know, and my family, that really did bring us peace. Like, this motherfucker got a send-off and got him a girl.
All in one trip.
All in one trip, you know? So it's just, with my grandmother being in hospice, it just reminds me of my papa, you know? And growing up, my papa, I would always hang out with him. And it was like me and my mom and papa, we would always go out and, you know, do things together, window shop. And so I would go over to his house, you know, for like a day thing and stuff and just hang out. And the coolest thing about my papa is that he is actually what got me into spooky stuff.
Yeah.
He's the one that would read like Edgar Allan Poe to me, and he would do like The Voice and as the, you know, all that stuff. And he would read it to my mom too, you know? And so my mom said he would do like the heartbeat and stuff like that. Like he would thump it, you know, so you get more of an immersive experience.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, there was this story, and it still scares me today. I don't know if I've ever actually told you this story.
I don't know either.
So the story goes that this guy and it was like a farmer and a wife, and they had a son, and they were farmers. They lived on a farm, and him and his son were out, you know, cutting down the crops, like the wheat crops. And tragically, the son got his body like stuck in the machine and didn't live. So that night, as they're both grieving, crying, they hear a knock at the front door. And they're like, well, what's that? So they go check it out, and they hear like just moaning. You know, like just like agony moaning. And then they can't really see who it is. They can't really make it out. It's kind of like a blurry figure, almost not human. And then it keeps knocking. The knocking turns into a bang. The bang turns more violent. And it's saying that it's their son, let them in. But the way my papa told it, it was just... I mean, I think I was 8 when he was telling me this, and I was just, at the edge of my seat. So with that story, with my grandmother being in hospice, it kind of all led me to think of today's episode.
Yeah.
And so today's episode, I'm going to be talking about 5 real Reddit stories that still can't be explained.
Ooh.
So this is from a papa. I think he would like this.
Yeah, I think he would too.
Yeah.
From what I know of him.
Exactly. Yeah, I think he would. So, again, this episode is 5 real Reddit stories that truly can't be explained still, you know? Because a lot of stuff I was looking on Reddit, and it's like I would start reading it. I'm like, oh, this is so scary. And then I'm like, this seems far-fetched, and kind of start researching it and just being like, okay, actually, this has been proven not to be real.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go, not in like a particular order, but the first one is the girl who lived here before us.
Oh, sounds interesting.
Sounds terrifying, right?
Yeah.
So the girl who lived here before us, when my daughter was about 4 years old, she started talking about a friend named Emily. At first, we didn't think anything of it. Lots of kids have imaginary friends. My wife and I would hear her playing alone in her room, and she would just have full conversations with somebody that we couldn't see. We would ask who she's talking to and always say the same thing, Emily. One afternoon, my wife asked her where Emily lived. Our daughter looked confused and said, she lives here. She's always lived here. That caught our attention.
Yeah.
We asked what Emily looked like. Our daughter said she had long dark hair and she liked to wear dresses. She said that Emily liked to play hide and seek, but didn't like to go into the hallway. When we asked why, she said something kind of strange. She said Emily told her the hallway is where the smoke got too thick. At that point, we started feeling uneasy. We asked what she meant by smoke. Our daughter was very casually, Emily died of a fire a long time ago.
Just casual as fuck.
Exactly. So we lived in the house for 3 years and had never heard of anything like that before. But curiosity got the better of us. So one night I looked up the property history online. And sure enough, in the early 1970s, there had been a house fire on that same lot. The fire killed a 6-year-old little girl, and her name? Emily. We never told our daughter any of that. But not long after that, she stopped talking about Emily entirely. When we asked what happened to her friend, she simply said, Emily says she had to go now.
That's an interesting one.
It is because children have imaginary friends.
Children do have imaginary friends.
Did you ever have an imaginary friend?
I can't remember, to be honest with you.
I tried having an imaginary friend, but my friend was a golden retriever.
Oh.
And I tried, like, truly, because I was like, everyone else is doing it. Peer pressure. I want an imaginary friend.
Yeah.
So I'll never forget. I was walking down the hallway in elementary and like thinking there was like, okay, maybe I just imagine there's like a dog next to me, right? Like a golden retriever. And it lasted about the time I got out of the hallway.
You're like, never mind.
I was like, you know what? People were trampling over him and didn't do well.
Yeah.
So the second story is called The Reflection That Moved First.
That sounds even more terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying.
So hold on a second. Are these like in order of what you think is the fucking weirdest or just no particular order?
No, that's why I say there's no particular order.
Oh,
just like how I laid it out.
I didn't hear that
It's
part.
just like what I found first.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
It does.
So it's that order of how I found them. So the second one, The Reflection That Moved First. You're right. Sounds terrifying. And it is. So here we go. One night I was getting ready for bed and brushing my teeth in the bathroom. It's starting normal.
Yeah. Just like everything.
Exactly. It was pretty late, probably around midnight. The house was quiet and everyone else was already asleep. I remember looking into the mirror a little while I was brushing my teeth, but something felt off immediately. At first, I couldn't figure out what it was. Then I noticed my reflection seemed delayed. When I moved my arm, the reflection just moved a fraction of a second afterward. I blinked a few times, thinking maybe I was just tired. Then I tilted my head. But at this time, something even stranger happened. The reflection tilted in its head before I did, but only by a split second. But not enough that my brain instantly noticed it. I froze. My reflection slowly straightened up its head again. But I haven't moved yet. That's when I felt this wave of panic hit me. I stared at the mirror and suddenly my reflection started smiling. Not a big smile, just a small one. And I definitely was not smiling. I dropped my toothbrush in the sink and I ran out of the bathroom. I didn't go back there for the rest of the night, but 2 weeks later in that bathroom mirror, cracked right down the center. No one had touched it. I don't know about you, but mirrors have always had a strange like reputation in folklore.
Yeah, it's always like a weird, like, you can see to like other dimensions, or you can use it. Remember when we watched
Yes.
Constantine in the
Yes.
very beginning? He's like, give me a mirror.
And yes, and I was, and
And
you
he,
were like, oh, it's going to happen because you've seen the movie before.
yeah, I've seen parts of it.
And I didn't know what was happening. And then when he trapped like the demon in the mirror, I was like, oh. And then Conjuring,
The,
the Conjuring mirror, that's where the whole movie title came from, was conjuring a mirror. Like the mirror helped conjure
yeah.
like spirits and other portals. And it's so like, because I know with mirrors, you're not even supposed to put two mirrors facing each other.
Oh, yeah? I
Yeah,
didn't know
that's
that.
like a big no-no in like in the spiritual realm. You are
Oh.
not supposed to have two mirrors face each other, like at all.
Does it open up like crazy portals, like Event Horizon?
I'm just gonna imagine like if a single mirror when she's in the bathroom did
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I can only imagine when two mirrors of that same like power are looking at each other. That's terrifying.
That is terrifying.
You want to hear something else terrifying?
What's that?
So you know how I can oh my gosh, what's the word called? I'm like drawing a blank. Where you're dreaming, you know you're dreaming, so you can move around in your dream throughout like your home and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that that's
lucid
not-
dreaming?
Is that lucid dreaming? Yeah,
Maybe.
that's not astral projecting. That's lucid dreaming.
I think it's lucid dreaming.
Okay, yeah. So lucid dreaming is a type of dream which the dreamer becomes aware that they are dreaming while the dream is still happening. So yes, I can lucid dream. And I've
Okay.
lucid dreamed a lot in my life. Mostly when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But recently, while we were in this house, I lucid dreamed. And I remember realizing, I guess,
Oh, I remember you telling me about this. But yeah.
yes, scary.
It is. But you should tell it still.
Yes. So when I was lucid dreaming, I got out of my bed and I went to the bathroom mirror and everything was like dark because we keep our house like completely dark. We have like blackout curtains or like, they're not really blackout curtains technically, but they're like
Yeah.
light reflecting. What is that called?
Light filtering?
Light filtering. So
Maybe.
they're not like super blackout, like sun can still get in, but it darkens it still,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? So I go to the bathroom mirror and it is dark in my dream. And I know you can't see your face when you're dreaming and
Yeah.
your hands. So I wanted to see if I was dreaming, even though I was totally fucking dreaming. Cause like, it's very dreamlike, like you're splotching your memories of like getting out of bed, but I knew I got out of bed and went into the bathroom. And I look into the mirror. I can't see my face. I see my whole body, but I can't see my actual face. And then I decided, and it almost seemed like I was backlit because like I could still see like a silver white line around me a little bit to see reflect like myself, kind of like when your eyes adjust to the darkness. Mm-hmm. And I look into the mirror and I open up my mouth. And when I opened up my mouth, again, I can't see my face.
Yeah.
I felt the static electricity that you would when like TV would do that static thing on the TV. I know like, you know what I'm talking about? Like kids these days will not know what I'm talking about. But when the old school TVs would get like static on the outside,
Yeah, and
when you would clean, yeah.
It'd be like,
And it felt like that like sound of like the TVs will do.
yeah, I know what you mean.
And I got freaked out and then I woke up. So that's my lucid dreaming about. So that's probably not the smartest thing to ever do.
Probably not.
So not recommending that. So if you lucid dream, don't look at a mirror.
Yeah. Don't look in a mirror.
So number 3, the voice in the woods. A few friends and I went camping in the Appalachian.
I've heard it both. Remember the dude I showed you? He says Appalachian. I think people from there say Appalachian, but people from out here say Appalachian.
I thought it was Appalachia. I don't know. How do you say it?
I don't know.
I just don't want to be wrong. Those mountains a few years ago. We set up camp near a small clearing surrounded by dense woods. It was the kind of place where once the sun went down, everything became pitch black, like my dream. Around midnight, we were sitting around the fire talking when we heard something shout out from the trees. Hey. The weird part is that the voice sounded exactly like one of our friends, Mark. But Mark was sitting right beside me. We looked at him. He hadn't said anything. Then we heard the voice again, this time from deeper in the woods. Guys, come help me. Again, it sounded exactly like Mark. Same tone, same voice. Mark stood up and yelled back into the darkness, asking who was there. No answer. A few seconds passed, and then the voice called out again. Mark, come here. Every hair on the back of my neck stood up. Mark slowly sat down and said something that made all of us uneasy. He said, I didn't say that. None of us went into the woods that night, and the voice never called again. But none of us slept either. What do you think it is?
You already know what I think it is.
Say it out loud.
Skinwalkers.
It's such a skinwalker.
Because they have, like, I have, like, the outline draft done for, like, those mountains.
Appalachia.
The South Mountains. Like, for a whole series on that.
I'm excited.
Like, I'm going to cover, like, 5 or 6 different things, and it's not going to be just, like, in one episode. It's going to be multiple episodes.
Ooh, like a several part series?
Yeah, it's going to be like a series. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 for it.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
anytime I see those videos of them talking about that region, if it's on
it's
TikTok,
intriguing.
I'm glued in. It is so intriguing because those woods are haunted as fuck.
Yeah. And, like, it's weird because it shares some of the same stuff as, you know, like folklore and stuff like that from Scotland.
It does.
It does. But we'll dive deeper into that.
Yeah. We'll get more into that because that was really cool.
Yeah,
like when we learned about everything. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Teaser for sometime in the near future.
I know, right? Y'all just got to keep up with it.
Yep.
So, number 4, the light around my bed. When I was about 15, something happened that I never been able to explain. I woke up in the middle of the night for no reason. My room was dark except for a faint glow near the ceiling. At first I thought maybe it was headlights from a passing car outside, but the lights didn't move like headlights. It was floating. There's a small glowing orb hovering near my ceiling above my bed, maybe the size of a basketball. It slowly drifted downward until it was right above my chest. I remember trying to sit up, but I couldn't move. I was completely paralyzed. Inside the light, I could see shapes moving, almost like shadows swirling inside it. Then I heard a voice, but it wasn't loud. It was inside my head. It said, "Don't be afraid." The next thing I remember was waking up the next morning. The light was gone, but on my arm, there were small circular marks in a triangle shape. They faded a few days later. So what do you think, Jeffrey? Is it sleep paralysis or is it an alien encounter?
It was an alien encounter.
It had to be.
It had to be aliens. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
It's always fucking aliens.
It is always fucking aliens. It never mattered.
I feel like we've been saying that for so many times.
We have been. And I mean, part of it is too is, I mean, I like aliens and have been interested in them for I don't know how long. And I mean, just like the last episode where I'm like, we can call my mom and ask her and she'll fucking tell you.
Right.
But, you know, same thing there. You know, like when I was in elementary, I actually would check out books on fucking alien abductions and encounters and Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster and shit like that. So I'm going to just go with it's aliens and it's the gray kind.
Oh, you know what kind it is?
Yeah, there's different kinds of aliens.
So why do you think it's the gray kind?
They generally just, from everything like I've read and like all encounters that like people have posted and stuff like that, the grays are just generally observers.
Oh. You know, it'd be a really cool episode idea.
What's that?
Is like and this would be such a you episode for you to do, but have an episode of talking about the different types of aliens.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Because I didn't know, like, I know, like, there's the grays, like the green, like the gray ones and the green ones.
Yeah.
And that's really all I know.
There's some more other ones, but I can't really remember off the top of my head because it's been so long since I've
That's why I
actually.
got to research.
I know, but
That's what's so fun about this podcast.
It is.
Yeah, it had to be an alien.
It had to be an alien.
I mean, to have an arm mark.
Yeah.
Because, like, if not, I would say sleep paralysis. Like, she, you know, you're,
Yeah.
especially because she was paralyzed.
She took too much Benadryl and was meeting the Hat Man.
You know, it happens.
It happens.
You know?
She had to pay her tax to the Hat Man.
I mean, I've never seen it. I don't want to. I don't want
either.
to experience sleep paralysis because, like, the fear of not being able to move.
Yeah, is
when
enough.
you need to move, yeah, that's terrifying right there. But since she had the mark on her arm, that's what makes me say alien.
100%.
So, number 5, the closet door. For almost a year, my closet door would open by itself every night. At first, I assumed it was just air pressure or the door not being latched properly, but it always happened around the same time, around 3:30 a.m. I'd wake up and hear a slow creaking sound of the door opening. One night, I locked it. That night, I woke up to the same sound, the door slowly opening again, even though it was locked. So the next night, I pushed a chair up against it. When I woke up, the chair had been moved across the room. The closet door was wide open. Eventually, I set my phone up to record overnight. Around 3:27 a.m., the video showed the closet door slowly opening. Then something dark moved across the floor in front of the camera. And the recording cut off right after that.
It was Edward from Twilight.
He was watching Bella.
He was watching Bella.
He was watching Bella sleep.
Go back and look at the username. It's Bella Loves Edward 69.
6969. That terrified me, actually.
Yeah.
Like, all of these are so scary, but, like, this one, your closet.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about closets, too.
Yeah.
to
And
me.
especially because ours is so far away from us.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Unlocks a whole new fear.
Fuck, shut up. Oh, my God. That really fucking freaks me out for tonight.
We'll sleep with the bathroom door closed.
We're going to have to watch 1,000-Pound Sisters tonight before we go to bed.
That's fine.
I need to watch something funny after this.
Damn,
I'm like, this
hey.
podcast is so funny. Or this podcast is so fun. And I'm scared.
Yeah. I'm down. You know me.
We're about to do a quote.
I was about to try to do a voice for the show, but I couldn't think of one all of a sudden.
I pay my bills. My bills are paid. And then Tammy goes,
She's all,
oh my gosh, I love that show so much.
I know you do.
It's and I love that I'll just be like, hey, you want to watch this tonight? And you're like, sure.
Yeah. I'm like, sure. I'll scroll my phone. I'm going to say while you watch it.
Right.
Could be researching, but you know.
So you know what? Like, I know we're talking about these scary stories, but you know what's scariest thing to me of like all time
What's that?
is that something like this happening to you and people not believing you,
Yeah.
but you know what happened.
Yeah. That's a terrifying thing.
Yeah. It's like, I know there's a lot of people out there that don't believe in this stuff. They don't believe in ghosts, paranormal hauntings. They don't believe in aliens and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I get it because, like, if it didn't happen to me, I wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
You
No
know?
shit.
Like, I grew up in a haunted house, and that was like our first episode ever was me talking about that.
Yeah.
And I think I should do like a little episode about all the hauntings that happened in my house growing up
You should.
because there's a lot. And if it didn't happen to me, I don't know if I would believe it.
Yeah.
But I know what we all experienced in that home.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's interesting. And you should.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I haven't heard them all.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you really have. Yeah, I have to get with my mom and get like
A full breakdown.
The full fucking breakdown. Because I was a kid when I went through it. So I want to remember, I want to talk to her about it and get like the adult the adult memory of it.
Yeah.
You know? So I guess that's where we're going to leave things tonight. 5 stories, 5 strangers somewhere on the internet who sat down on the keyboard one night and decided to share something that had been bothering them for years. Maybe every one of those moments had a perfectly normal explanation, a trick of memory, a strange coincidence, the mind trying to make sense of something it didn't fully understand. But sometimes the details linger a little too long. A child knowing something they shouldn't, a voice calling from somewhere it shouldn't be, a door opening in the quiet hours of the night when no one else was there to touch it. And even if the explanation is out there somewhere, the feeling these people experienced in the moment is very real. The kind of feeling that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. The kind that makes you glance over your shoulders in a dark hallway. If you've ever experienced something strange, something you still can't explain, we'd love to hear about it. Your story might become a part of our future Listener Tales episode. So send your encounters to howdy@hauntmates.com, because some of the scary stories aren't the ones passed down through folklore. They're the ones happening right now to ordinary people in ordinary places who suddenly realize something isn't quite right. And if tonight's episode gave you chills, share it with a fellow ghoul. You never know who else might be listening late at night, wondering if anyone else experienced the same thing. Until next time, Hauntmates, keep your lights down low, lock your doors. And if you ever hear something moving in the quiet hours of the night, just remember, sometimes the things we can't see are just the things watching us most closely. Until next time, stay spooky.